Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome back to Forever Stranded. Hope you guys are doing good today. I am doing amazing. So, in the last episode we built the sugarcane farm, and from what you guys are saying, we can make this thing much better. So we're going to try something out here. So we're going to grab one piece of sugarcane, and what we're going to do is we are going to set a comparator here. We're going to set that on subtraction. We're going to set one there. We are going to set a lever here, and then we are going to run some redstone around this. Now this should make a repeater clock, and it should go really fast. And from what you guys have said, SNAD reacts to a redstone signal and forces the sugarcane or cactus on top of it to grow. So let's try it. Why are you not working? Oh no. Okay, well, let's see if we can get this thing to work. So, what is going on here? Why is my... Oh, I think I know what's wrong. Let's do this real quick. And this should do it now. Look. Yes, okay. So, let's just redo this a little bit. So we're going to set our comparator there, put this here, that, and we should be able to then do this. Oh my god. Really? That is absolutely insane. No. That doesn't feel right. Oh my god. So, if we were to put that here... So let's see here. Actually, we will have to come back a block. And then if we go like this... Okay, I don't know what that was. And then we place our lever here. No way. That is absolutely insane. Are you kidding? Okay. Wow. That is ridiculous. All right. So, yeah, in that short period of time, we got almost 2 stacks of sugarcane. Let's see how... So, we should be getting 4 with each shot. Good Lord. So, if we wanted to... This actually means that we would be able to get rid of... You know what? We're going to do that. So what we're going to do is we are going to remove the integrated dynamics, and we're just going to put a counter on a redstone. We will have the redstone powering the SNAD down the length of it, and every time that it gets, well, I would say 3 cycles, we will have the pistons fire. Oh my god. So we'll be able to turn it on when we need. It will no longer be set up as a passive generation thing. This will be an active generation thing. So I am going to try to get this set up. Like I said, we'll start out by taking down this stuff because we are not going to need that anymore. And we'll see if we can make this work. So granted, this is pretty ugly, but it is working. So I have just some vanilla redstone set up here. Got a lever to turn this thing on and off. I have a simple comparator clock here, a variable comparator clock. I found out that it has to be on 3 or 4 ticks, or else it's too fast for the dropper counter to work. Now that clock is run through a repeater to a redstone line that runs under the SNAD. Now, strangely enough, the SNAD sitting on top of a redstone dust actually activates it. Then over here, I have a dropper counter. I have 3 droppers pointing, 2 pointing that way, 1 pointing up, and then 3 hoppers bringing the item back. Right now we have our redstone right here, which turns on the comparator that is pointing out of this dropper. That goes into this single multi-stable or monostable circuit, and that sends a 1-tick pulse up here to activate the pistons and break the sugarcane. Now I also have this ranged collector set to whitelist sugarcane, so if I first off drop off my ring of magnetization and then turn this thing on, it does get a little bit laggy here from it, but this is as fast as it can run. But I mean, yeah, it's going pretty darn fast. So we do occasionally get some sugarcane that doesn't get grabbed by the ranged collector, so I do need to get this fully enclosed when I possibly can. But that quickly, we already have almost 3 stacks of sugarcane. So not too bad. Like I said though, if I speed this up anymore, then our stuff here doesn't work, and that's because it is feeding the redstone dust through so fast that it doesn't get a chance to sit in this dropper and activate the comparator. So yeah, that doesn't work. 2 ticks is still too fast as well, but 3 ticks works. So we can see now it has fired, and it will continue to fire, and at 4 ticks it fires as well. It's just not quite as fast. But yes, it is working. Now I am going to try to compress this redstone a little. I'm sure there are some much better ways to deal with this, but right now I'm just happy to have something that's working. And oh my god, sugarcane flying everywhere. Oh, I think that we're already full. Good lord, that thing puts out a lot of sugarcane. So yeah, we're gonna have to get a deep storage for this. We're gonna have to completely enclose this, which I think the easiest way to fully enclose it is going to be to take some of this spruce wood and place it on top of the pistons, and that should fully enclose this. We'll just go ahead and quickly do that and just test it out, make sure that nothing comes flying out at us, and that's not good. We do not want a spawnable space there. So let's go ahead and turn this back on, and let's see, we need to speed this back up. So we should be able to... Ooh, they are still flying off into the distance. That is not good. Yeah, we've got some over here. Oh, yeah, I don't like that. There shouldn't be anywhere for them to get out of. I don't know how they're doing that, but yeah, we've got sugarcane over here as well. I guess potentially they could be getting out of there. Let's go ahead and enclose all of that. Shouldn't take very long, and this will be full. Okay, the next one should fill it up, and then we'll see. So now all the sugarcane should just drop right in front of here. Oh, nope. We have sugarcane flying everywhere. Oh, God. Oh, and that just put a sugarcane into the hopper, which means we just broke it. Sugarcane. Wow, I can't even hold it all. Let's go ahead and throw that into the system. My God, that is a lot of stuff. Okay, so that should all be empty. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem. So we will have to make sure that the hoppers are not open to the top so they can't pick anything up. But yeah, it is working. Also, I did move the snad up 1 block. Maybe I'll have to put in an extra ranged collector or something. I don't know. If we have 2 of these farms, I think it's going to be so ridiculous it's not even funny. So... like I said, I will try to condense this redstone down a little bit. Hopefully we can get a little bit neater, cleaner system, and we have somewhere for the items to go. Well, the last bit of redstone was so convoluted that I feel embarrassed to have even shown it. But it shows that, doing a little bit of work to clean things up definitely improves. So what I've got here now, I have a block here that is powered when this system is off. Now that locks the hopper next to it and holds the single item of redstone in it. Now if I turn this off, that redstone starts going around in a circle in these 4 hoppers. Once every 4 hopper movements, which I believe a hopper movement is 2.5 game ticks. I can't remember, but or maybe it's it's 4 items per second, so it's 5 redstone ticks or 5 game ticks, 2.5 redstone ticks per movement of item. But it can pick this up here. It translates that up to the pistons. And then down here we have a very simple and very fast clock now. And when I turn this lever off, then this torch comes on, turning the clock on. So let's go ahead and get the ring of magnetization out of our pocket. Let's go ahead and grab the sugarcane that's in here, and we will see how fast this thing works, because it is stupidly fast in comparison to what it was before. Now, even without recording, this tanked my frame rate, so I'm afraid to know. Let's go ahead and flip it on. It's not as bad as I thought, but you can see it's quite fast now. That is really pumping out some sugarcane. So now if we come back here and look at what we're getting here, I mean, that is absolutely insane how fast it's doing that. So it is once per second it fires, and it looks like we're getting 21. That's a weird number. But yeah, it looks like we're getting 21 per cycle. So basically get 1 stack of sugarcane every 3 seconds out of this big of a farm. That is a rather small farm. So that means that we can get upwards of 20, or just shy of 20 stacks of redstone. Or redstone? I wish we were getting redstone. But upwards of 20 stacks of sugarcane per minute. Good Lord, that is some sugarcane production. So I think what I'm going to have to do now is set up a cache here to store that. And more than likely what I will do is I will set up a comparator on the cache, so that if I pull items out of it, this thing automatically turns on. I don't know. I may just leave it as a manual on and off system. That might work just as well. But yeah, I do think I am going to set up the second one, like I said. But I like the way this is looking. It looks a little bit better. It does feel a little bit plain. So I don't know, maybe if we were to put like some trapdoors on the ceiling. It's just, this doesn't quite feel right. Feels like we need something up there, or maybe we could put some half slabs. I guess we should have some half slabs over here. Let's go ahead and grab some of those, and let's actually drop off a few things here too, because we don't need all of this. And yeah, I mean, okay, here we go. Half slabs. So we've got trapdoors, we've got half slabs. Let's go ahead. Yeah, we'll just, I think oak is probably going to be the thing to choose here. So if we were to put these along the top, that does help to break things up, but at the same time, I still don't feel like that is the right choice for decorating this spot. And we definitely don't want a torch there. So the other option is the trapdoors. This kind of gives it a similar feel to what we have down in the tunnel by the spawner. And also, I do feel like I want to have the redstone here, and I want it to be visible. So we would put a glass window looking in on the redstone, because I mean, that is some pretty simple redstone. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't really like the way that this hallway is looking. I feel like we need to do something. Maybe we could go with some chiseled glass. I did use the Tinker's glass here. This is light blue Tinker's glass. We could potentially go with some other type of glass for that. Oh, I just had an idea. Okay, so I am going to make up some different glass. We have, if we look at glass. So if we look at glass, we have over here the thickened glass. Yes, the thickened glass from Extra Utilities 2, which we can combine with, or we can put in the resonator to make redstone glass, or we can combine with glowstone dust to make glowing glass. And I think that those two will probably be pretty good. Now the thickened, what's this one? Bordered thickened glass. Ooh, so we have some other, okay. Yes, so we are definitely going to make up some thickened glass. The thickened glass is pretty easy. We just make some sandy glass, which is glass and sand, and run that through a smeltery. And, well, a furnace or an alloy smelter. So we'll run that through a furnace, get it smelted. I think that will make one heck of a difference here. So I'm going to get that, and we'll see how it looks. Well, I am definitely going to say that this glowing glass and the redstone glass look tremendously better here. So, oh man, this looks so awesome now. So we have a very nice looking glass enclosure for the farm. The glowing glass does put off light, so we don't have to worry about having any torches inside of there, and we don't have any torches out here either, which is really nice. We do have this area here that we can actually see the redstone. We pull down this lever and this will turn on the farm. Now it does open this oak trapdoor, but we can see, and by the way, it is redstone that causes this framey issue. I have figured that out. But we also have a second farm over here now, and it is moving items like nobody's business. So yeah, I am really happy with how this has turned out. I think it looks amazing. I also did some work on the ceiling here. I like having all of these oak trap doors around this. It looks really cool. And it has opened up the potential for more farms out here. So that is really nice. So yes, I am very, very happy about this. Now, that does mean that we are getting tons and tons of sugarcane here. So I think I can probably fill my, I can fill my entire inventory, and it doesn't even empty it out. So let's just see here how much sugarcane we have so far. Oh my god, that is so much sugarcane. And I did put conduit facades on the blocks so that it looks nice. Yes, this is wonderful. I love it. So yeah, I think this is a very nice upgrade to the farm. The really nice part is the fact that I can shut it off, and with the fact that I have realized that vanilla redstone is our main issue of lag, we will want to have it to where all of our farms can be turned off like this if they use vanilla redstone. Now, of course, we can also make plenty of other farms that are single blocks that would not require all of this. But, I mean, this just looks cool. You got to admit that it looks amazing. And you can go around and see it. It's amazing. You know, I could have done this in a phytogenic insulator or a whole slew of other things. So, yeah, I am really happy with how this is looking. But I think I am going to continue doing a bit of building. I don't know yet where I am going to have our access to the upper portion, but I might do it right here. I'm thinking that we may actually just put an elevator here. I don't know. I've got to do some thinking on that. Maybe we could do something outside that would look good. You know, I want to have plenty of places where we have staircases like this one here that are, you know, crisscrossing back and forth through here. I think that would look really cool. But yeah, I'm successful on the sugarcane farm, so I think it is time to continue on with some other stuff. So I was thinking about some other potential farms that we could put in here, and one of them that made sense was a mushroom farm, because this would be something that would be in the dark. But I wanted to try some things here and see if this would work. So I did grab a white mushroom from Pam's Harvest Craft from the market, and we can plant that no problem. But what I want to try is placing a dispenser here and putting some, not a dispenser, putting some fertilizer in it and seeing what happens when we fertilize this. So obviously it is going to get it up there, but then it doesn't go any further. So that is a little bit of a problem. So that's kind of what I was afraid of. So I think what we are going to have to do with that, we need to get ourselves mechanical users for that. And oh, I do not want to deal with that. That sounds absolutely horrible. But let's go ahead and search up mechanical users. These take the resonating redstone crystals and a lever, and we don't have any levers. So let's make, oh, we may not have much in the way. Yeah, we don't have any sticks, really. Well, anyway, look at it. We only have 2 dispensers, so let's go back to the mechanical user. And we'll go ahead and just make one of these at the moment. And let's go ahead and grab that lever too, so that we can have this thing working. But, you know, these things don't look real good. So I don't know that I like this idea too much. But if we place this guy here, what we will do is we will have this use item on block, activate item with the block. And so if we put this in there, no, I think it does have to be use item on block. Yes. And so that will go ahead and grow the mushrooms and then run it out, or harvest it. So if we set this to redstone off, actually let's set it to redstone on. So that would work, but like I say, those things are pretty ugly. I don't know how we could go about making it look good, but we could potentially put like a double stack of mushrooms growing in one of these, because usually mushrooms are grown in a dark area that has, you know, racks of stuff piled on top of each other. What I do want to do, I want to grab some sandstone here, and we actually have some dark glass. That's even better yet. So if we use dark glass here to surround this, that will make it dark inside. And what I want to see is, will that kill the ability of this thing to be there? So it is clearly dark in there. I mean, it is 100% dark. Let's just go ahead and fill in a whole bunch more. Let's make sure that there is no possibility of light getting in there anywhere. But it doesn't appear that that thing is having any issues. So what we'll do is we will break one of these guys back out, place in a block, put this on it. Oh, that would be perfect, because mushrooms, you would want them to be growing in the dark. Okay, so that may not be as bad. Yes. Okay, so I think we will go ahead and do that. So we can just have the mechanical user on it and have it be randomly harvesting as it grows. But I feel like instead what we probably want to do is something like what we have here, to where we have the ability to put fertilizer on it and have the mushrooms be actually grown. I really like that idea. So yes, I think I am going to expand this room out a little bit. We are going to get ourselves a mushroom farm. And yeah, I think that is going to look pretty cool. You know, if we have something like that, and then we would have another dirt on top of this. So let's go ahead and expand this up. So, oh, we don't have any dirt. But yeah, we would have another layer of dirt then above it, and another mechanical user above that, which would fill in perfectly into the 3 layers, and then we can go 5 wide on them. Now, I don't think that we can do this. Yeah, we can't do this with the brown or red mushrooms, but we could still set up brown and red mushroom farms. And I may set up like a brown mushroom farm on the lower level over here and a red mushroom farm on the top over here. And those would have to rely on vanilla mechanics to work, unfortunately, because we have no way of really making them spread. We do, though. Converting water to witch water will cause mushrooms to grow. I don't know if it would spread better on mycelium. I don't know. I'm going to have to do some research on this and find out for sure what we need to do. But obviously we can get our white mushroom farm with no problem, and we will be definitely setting up controls for the white mushroom farm, and probably input as well as output on the end, just like we have here, where we have our output, but we would also have an input as well as controls, all of that stuff on the end of the farm so that it can be shut off. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to put on the other side. Maybe a red orchid farm? That might work. So yeah, I'm going to get to this, and I'll see how it looks. So I think the front side of this mushroom farm is looking pretty good. Now it's not completely dark inside of the area because, well, we have farmland in here. And putting full glass up here really made this look bad. And I can kind of show that here. If we put some dark glass up here, it makes the dirt just turn black. So actually here we'll go ahead and do this. And I mean, that just really does not look good. But also the lack of depth I think is bad. So I like the idea of having some trapdoors on the front of these. It just looks a lot better in my personal opinion. Now we do have all of the mechanical users behind the mushrooms, and that has all been hooked up via some redstone conduit and item conduit in order to put fertilizer in. And I did go ahead and set up some caches here. I have a hardened one for the mushrooms and a basic one for the fertilizer. And I have put an awful lot of fertilizer in here already. I'm not entirely sure if it's still pulling this stuff out. It does say that it's set to extract, always active. That green channel is the correct channel. Now on this one we have set to insert on brown, and I just realized that we have this on the wrong channel. It's still on green. So we'll go ahead and set that to brown. Now the ranged collector I have set up to whitelist the white mushrooms, as we get the additional farm set up here, we will be putting more whitelists in here. I also have 4 item speed upgrades, or conduit speed upgrades, so we shouldn't have any problem there. So now, if I turn this on, it should start making mushrooms. So let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. Just mushrooms everywhere. I love it. And then we can come over here and just shut it back off. Now, I am curious to know, I would kind of like to see how fast we are going, or how fast we are collecting mushrooms. And that is a really impressive speed, actually, for collecting mushrooms. But I like the idea of having these large farms like this. It makes it feel more like a factory type farm. Now, of course, like I said, these will be able to be harvested by flipping the lever, but they will continue to grow on their own. Now, the next batch will be, like I was saying earlier, brown mushrooms on the bottom, red ones on top, and they will be growing constantly. And the way that I'm going to do that is by having some feeder mushrooms, or cedar mushrooms, I guess, in the other locations. I don't know if we're entirely going to be able to keep the red and brown separated, but once they're harvested, it definitely will not be an issue. So I am going to be working on that, but that is going to be for the next episode because I am out of time for this one. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about what I've been working on or anything that you want to see, be sure to leave that down in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye!